Well, let's choose one of those. One of the events with your sister. You can pick whichever one makes the most sense to you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me how long did that event last?
From what I recall, the specific incident that I'm thinking about right now, maybe half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay. Is there a way to narrow it in so that we get closer to the emotional crescendos of it, or were there crescendos happening all through the half hour? Do you know what I mean by crescendo? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I can narrow it down to what specifically bothered me at that point.
Okay, and how long would that section be?
2 to 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes? Okay, let's work with that.
Okay.
How, just as you're kind of identifying it and getting back in touch with it, how intense do you think you are between 0 to 10?
Right now, about a 6.
A 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and are you feeling it somewhere in your body?
I feel a tightness here.
Okay.
And a kind of a little nauseous feeling.
And a little nauseous.
Yeah. I don't know
Okay.
if it's just nerves or if it's related to that, but
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Okay. Is this the kind of, this 2 to 3 minute segment, is this the kind of thing that only happened once, or did similar things happen?
Similar.
Okay. Do you think you're going to be able to distinguish between this one and the other ones? Or is that going to be difficult for you?
This one is pretty clear in my mind right now.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Well, I want to do Chasing the Pain with you.
Okay.
And so you're going to be keeping the details of it to yourself.
Okay.
We may test it with Tell the Story when we're done if you're comfortable.
Okay.
If you're not, we can do it other ways. But as you keep it in your mind, I'm not going to have the details. So if you, are switching to another event and drawing intensity from another event, I'm not going to have, a good way to know that. So I'm just asking you to pay attention to that as well. I mean, I'll be asking you a million questions.
Okay.
So
Right.
we'll try to keep it all straight. All right. So instructions for Chasing the Pain. Now that we're focused on a specific event, what I'm going to want you to do is find a neutral spot before this 2 or 3 minute segment.
Okay.
And then you're going to find a neutral spot before. I mean, is there a neutral spot before this 2 minute segment starts? Because I know you said the whole thing was half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so find that neutral spot and imagine frame by frame, you're going to go through it chronologically, and then when you feel anything, emotionally or otherwise, you're going to stop.
Okay.
And then we're going to tap.
Okay.
Okay? So you may go.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking about the neutral
Yeah.
part,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to start getting into.
Yeah.
Okay, so I start.
Yeah, you're just going to go chronologically, and when you get to a spot where you feel any intensity, you let me know.
Okay. Okay, I feel something.
Okay, open your eyes. How intense are you from 0 to 10?
About 6.
You're about a 6, and do you feel it in the same spot?
I feel it right about here.
Right. Okay. And is that like where the ribs come up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Would you call that ribs, or would you call that stomach, or?
I would say ribs.
Okay. And what kind of a sensation is it? Is it tension? Is it burning? Is it?
It's like a burning.
It's like a burning. And how much space would you say it takes up?
It's pretty spread out right now. Like I feel it.
Like 6 inches wide? Is it a circle, a square?
I'm picturing it like a oval.
It's an oval.
An oval.
Horizontally?
Horizontally.
Okay.
Going across this way.
It looks like maybe 4 or 5
yeah.
inches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and is it 4 or 5 inches deep as well?
I just feel it more going across. I can't really feel it.
Okay, so a burning oval in your ribs. Okay, did you mentioned nausea? Are you also feeling nauseous?
I would give that sensation about a 4.
Nausea is 4. And what's the sensation? The oval is a 6?
About a 6.
Okay. Now, when you've tapped before, have you tapped your own points?
Yes.
Okay, so is it all right with you if we just tap our own points?
Yes.
Okay, so then you'll follow me. Even though I have this burning oval
in
my ribs,
I
deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This burning oval in my ribs.
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 This burning oval in my
This
ribs.
burning oval in my ribs.
Okay, we'll stop right there. So check back in with your burning oval in your ribs and let me know if that's still a 6.
It feels about the same.
Okay, is it any smaller?
It doesn't feel as spread out. It still feels like it's going horizontal.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel...
It's a little smaller? Or is it a little more concentrated? You said not as spread out, so
yeah,
I was
other
thinking
than concentrated.
more concentrated. And how's the nauseous? That was a 4.
I'm not feeling that as much, but I definitely still feel the...
Right.
Yeah,
Right, so this is a 6, but it's smaller.
Right.
Is it any less hot? More hot?
It's about the same.
Okay. And then so nausea from 0 to 10?
2.
Maybe 2. Okay, we'll just keep an eye on that. I'm going to focus on the oval. Okay. Even though I have a burning oval in my ribs
Even though I have a burning oval in my ribs...
that just got more concentrated,
It just got more concentrated.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This more concentrated oval.
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 Okay. So check back in with the oval.
I don't feel it burning as much.
Okay.
I feel like more like a heartburn kind of sensation.
Has it moved?
It has moved.
Okay.
Actually, right about here.
Okay.
I don't feel it down here at all anymore.
Okay, so the burning oval is gone from the ribs, and now it's more like heartburn.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
it's not as strong a burning.
Okay.
Like I really felt the burning here, but I feel like the start of heartburn.
Okay, and how intense is that from 0 to 10?
I would say 4.
Okay, and how about the nauseous feeling?
I don't feel it right now. I just feel the knot.
Okay, all right. So I have another question then, because when you have a physical sensation and it changes or it moves, that usually means there's another aspect of the emotional issue that we're talking about. So we originally triggered this one by getting you to a point in the movie
Okay.
that had triggered it. So I'd like for you to go back in and revisit that, either revisit that spot of the movie or start at the beginning and get to that spot, whichever makes more sense to you. And let me know if it's that particular moment that's causing this new heartburn or if it's something new. Okay.
something new.
Okay. Okay, so the first one seems to be, would you say that one's come down?
Yeah.
Is there nothing left on it?
To kind of move past that when I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I didn't feel the spike that I felt
Okay.
in the beginning, but I do feel the other aspect.
Right. Okay, so we're at a new aspect, and let's talk a little bit more about the heartburn. How much space is that taking up? How big is it?
I'd say a little bit bigger than a quarter. Okay.
Bigger than a quarter?
Yeah.
So like maybe a $50?
Yeah.
That'd be, okay, so a $50, and is it like flat and round, like a $50?
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing that.
Okay, and it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
And 0 to 10, I think you said it was a 4. Could you check again now that we've looked at the movie again?
Yeah. Well, when I looked at the movie, I felt it spike, but like 5. I didn't think
It was a 5 when it spiked, and what is it now?
like now it's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay, let's tap. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Even though I have this $50 heartburn,
I have this $50 heartburn.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This $50 of heartburn.
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 $50 of heartburn.
This 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 $50 of heartburn.
Okay, so can you tell me what the $50 of heartburn looks like now?
Feels about the same.
It's about the same? Okay. Is it the same part of the... It looked to me like maybe you were checking into the movie while you evaluated that. Mm-hmm. Did I have that right? Okay, so okay. I'm not sure we did that with the first one, so I'm just thinking that may be different with this one. Is there a different part of the movie that maybe you're looking at?
I'm still looking at the second part.
Okay, and so it's still a heartburn, and it's still a $50. Mm-hmm. Is it still the same temperature? Has it gotten more concentrated or more dissipated?
I feel like it's spread out a little bit, and I'm kind of feeling it like more towards the throat.
Okay, so do we have...
But I feel it's kind of got arms, like, it's coming
okay,
up.
All right, okay. Even though my $50 grew arms.
Even though my $50 grew arms.
And it's now towards my throat.
And now towards my throat.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This $50 moving to my throat.
This $50 moving to my throat.
This burning 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 $50 moving to my throat.
Okay, let's check in on that again. Now, after we got the additional description of it coming up to your throat, we didn't check intensity again. I'm assuming that it was still a 4. Is that right, or was it?
It was about a 5.
Oh, it was a 5. That's right. No, you said 5. Mm-hmm. That's right. You said 5.
Yeah. So, it was about a 5.
Okay. So let's see what it is now.
I still feel it near my throat.
Okay.
I still feel a little bit here, but it's not as high as it was.
Okay. So is it as big as it was, or
no?
Okay, so it's smaller.
Probably like a 3.
It's like a 3. Physically, how big is it? Because it was $50. Is it now dime or nickel or something?
Like a nickel.
It's like a nickel. Okay, and is it still heartburn? It's still burning?
It's like dull. It's not...
It's dull. So it's not really burning, but it's a 3
right
of intensity. Okay, so we have a nickel of a 3, and then what's happening up here near your throat?
I just feel constriction. I don't really feel a burning of any type, but it's just like a tightness.
Are the two connected? Because before they had
I feel like
arms.
it's still shooting up from here.
Okay. Okay, is there any nauseousness? No. Okay, and is there any oval?
No.
Burning here? Okay, so we just still have this. And does it seem to be connected to the same part of the movie?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now I'm trying to think of a good, quick way to describe this. Constriction. Let's just talk about the constriction in the throat, and we'll see if the burning nickel or the nickel 3 goes with it. Okay. Even though I have this constriction in my throat.
Even though I have this constriction in my throat.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This constriction in my throat.
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 Constriction in my throat.
This 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 constriction in my throat.
Okay. So check that out again and see how constricted your throat feels.
I don't feel it.
You don't feel it. How about the nickel 3?
I still feel a little of the heartburn feeling.
Okay. Can you go back into the movie and get back to that spot and see what's left for intensity there?
I think it's moved. Like I don't feel that particular aspect.
Okay.
I think there's one other thing that
okay. Well, there was the first one that came here, and then we went to a second one that was here. Are we talking about aspects, or are we talking about individual crescendos? Do you know the difference?
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
If we have a chronological story, if there's like an emotional spike where you go up and then come down, and then there's time, and then there's another emotional spike, those would be crescendos. Each crescendo can potentially have different aspects.
That's what I feel like it is.
Okay, so in this 2-minute story, do we have one crescendo, or do you think there's more within that?
I felt 3.
3 crescendos. Okay, so the first one was here, and do you feel like all the aspects of that one have been cleared? And then the second one was here. Is that what's happening?
Right.
Okay. And so are we now dealing with a new aspect of the second crescendo?
Like when I felt like I went back to my story, I felt like the first part was okay, and I went to the second part, but then I felt a different feeling from the one that I felt.
From the second part. Yeah, so this is a new aspect of the second crescendo. Okay, so we still have one crescendo left to go after this. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now when you focus on that new aspect of that second crescendo, tell me again where you're feeling it. You felt a little bit here.
I did feel it here.
Okay. Is that all you have now? Or is there something else?
I feel it just here.
Okay. So let's describe this. Is it still a nickel of heartburn at a 3, or has it changed from that?
I feel like it's a little deeper. I felt like it was on the surface before. Now I feel like it's in deeper.
Okay.
But it's not as strong.
Okay, 0 to 10, how would you rate it?
The 3.
The 3. Okay, and is it the size of a nickel?
I don't feel like it's as circular.
Okay.
I feel like it's more
cloudy?
Yeah, like
okay,
no
a little
real,
more dissipated. Okay, so there's no boundaries.
No real,
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's tap on that.
Okay.
Even though I have something like heartburn that moved a little deeper. I deeply and completely accept myself. This burning that moved deeper. Can we still call it burning? I mean, is it warm?
I don't know if burning is the right word.
Okay. Because it was heartburn. Now it's just How would you describe the sensation of it?
It's like a dull.
Dull.
Dullness. Dull.
Dull, is it a tension or?
Like a constriction.
Okay.
I still feel that.
Okay, let's start again.
Okay.
Even though I have a dull constriction.
Even though I have a dull constriction.
A little deeper in my chest.
A little deeper in my chest.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
This dull constriction.
This dull constriction.
Deeper in my chest.
Deeper in my chest.
This dull constriction 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 deeper in my chest.
Okay. Let's check back in with that and see what's happening.
I feel good. I feel
the dull constriction is gone.
I do feel.
You look surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to really.
Yeah.
I was expecting to feel it somewhere, moving somewhere else.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm feeling.
Okay, so I think it's time to go back into the movie and see if we can't find that third crescendo.
Okay. I feel good.
The third crescendo's wiped out, not there.
I was able to go through the story.
Okay.
And, I felt like I was going to tear up in the beginning when we first started.
Oh.
Even just going through it, I was like,
yeah,
very charged.
Okay, well, let's, if you're thinking that you're a 0 on the story, I'd like to push it just a little further, if that's all right. I'm going to ask you to do a vivid visualization, which is really the same as the movie technique, but I want you to exaggerate the sights, the sounds, the colors. I don't know anything about what you're dealing with. So whatever it is that you need to exaggerate to try to get yourself upset, go ahead and do that and see.
No, I don't feel the charge.
All right, so you've been through the movie technique, you've been through chasing the pain, going through the movie. You've done a vivid visualization, and now you feel like there's no intensity on it for those two processes.
Yes.
So now let's test it by doing tell the story, because sometimes when you tell the story aloud, there are aspects that can show up that may not show up when you're keeping it in your mind.
Okay.
So the instructions are the same. I'm going to ask you to go to that neutral spot. Tell it to me, beginning to end. I have no idea where the crescendos are. So when you get to something that would have been a crescendo, if you could stop and let me know this is a crescendo, and then we can figure out, maybe dig into it a little deeper and see if we can find intensity.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. It starts out with my best friend and I outside my parents' home, and we're playing, and we're having a lot of fun.
How old are you?
6 or 7.
Okay.
And my older sister comes along, and this is where the spike first happened.
Okay.
And she starts teasing me in front of my friend, and I was mortified.
What did she say?
She used to have a nickname for me that would really...
Oh, is that something that you can keep that private?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but she would, never call me by my real name. So it was always this nickname that she had, and it was embarrassing in front of my friends.
Right. So when you remember being embarrassed by hearing that nickname, do you have anything in your body, any intensity about that right now?
I felt a little bit of it, but I really thought I was going to burst out in tears by even mentioning that.
Right,
so the fact that I could say that without anything happening, it's amazing. But I did feel a little uncomfortable.
What do you feel now?
I was okay. Just
Okay.
a little.
Do you want to
bit.
do a round on that?
Could we?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Even though, what did you say? Mortified?
Mortified.
Even though I was mortified when I heard that nickname.
Even though I was mortified when I heard that nickname.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I was mortified.
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 Okay. And so you said that was just a little twinge.
Yeah, that feels better.
Hopefully we're going from twinge to zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
That definitely helps.
Okay, so
a lot more relaxed.
good. Okay, is that a zero then? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go back to the story and carry on.
So she came over, she called me the name, and I remember looking over at my friend to see her reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, we were playing also with some Barbie dolls that were outside, and she didn't want me to play with them. They were hers. And
Your sisters or your friends?
My sisters.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And she made it plain that they were not to be touched by me.
Right. Okay, so let's back up. Did you see any reaction in your friend's face that bothered you? I mean, before or now? Okay.
No, it's just a feeling of, what is she going to think?
Right, yeah.
That was what spiked it before for me to the second.
Okay, and there wasn't any, was there any spike on that this time? Okay, and so then, was that crescendo number 2?
Yes.
And so crescendo number 3 is about your sister and the Barbie dolls?
Yes.
Okay.
And me not being able to tell her, like, fight for myself.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the third one. Is wanting to say something but not being able to say it to her.
Okay, and do you have any intensity on that now?
I just feel a little sadness about it.
Okay.
But it's...
Well, say I couldn't stand up for myself.
I couldn't stand up for myself.
And how intense is that, 0 to 10?
Like a 5.
It's like a 5. Now that's something that's kind of a general theme with other events, right? Okay. Can you try to focus just on what your sister said?
Okay.
And separate that from maybe other events? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this particular incident, she was able to say what she was saying to me, and I'm okay with not being able to say anything. Like,
okay.
I could...
So you don't feel any charge for this particular...
I just feel like, oh, here she is again. Like,
right.
Here we go again. But nothing that's gonna make me really get upset about it.
Okay. Well, are you comfortable that event is clear?
I am.
Good. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.